All right. The band is back together. It's been a while, but welcome back to Bros on Nugs. Bros on Nugs. We're happy to be here. It's a beautiful, warm
Been a hot minute.
February day, man. It's almost 60 degrees in February. How are we feeling about that?
Well, it's been, the January polar plunge, so I guess it's about time to get warmer.
Warmer up a little bit?
Yeah.
Cool. How was your ski trip, Will?
Oh, man. Probably one of the better ones I've had in a long time. First time at Granby Ranch. Got to ski 2 days in a row. Watched my son develop into a decent skier after a couple days. And my wife is getting better too, so that means I get to ski a little bit harder now, which is always good. It's family ski trips I'm starting to like more and more, and I highly recommend Granby Ranch. Maybe we can all go up there sometime and get an Airbnb or something as three families and go a family ski trip.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Hey, birthday's coming up, guys. We're gonna go ski soon.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. We'll all ski together. It'll be great. Tim, are you going to ski or snowboard that day?
I will try skiing, and if I get frustrated, I'll switch to snowboarding.
Really? It seems like the opposite should happen.
Why not bring both? You never know.
I'd bring both. Why?
Well, I don't know.
Because I want to get better at skiing.
You're fine at skiing.
You asked me what I was going to do. I answered.
He's going to bring. He said, "I want both." He's going to bring both.
I'm going to bring both.
That's really cool. I wish I could do both, but I can't.
No, I can't. Not a lot of people can say that.
Well,
I'm sure if you can snowboard, you can figure it out.
The time I went skiing this summer or this year was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you got pow.
It was a lot of fun.
But isn't there something about being a snowboarder where you just feel better than everyone else?
Until you hit a flat spot, yeah.
You see that video I sent?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Dub C.
Yeah.
No, it's nice not having to worry about flat spots when you ski.
Yeah.
I hadn't skied in a long time, so that was nice.
Well, you still worry about flat spots. It's not the same. No, man, Jokic prefers like rafting. I don't know if he's much of a winter sport guy because he's played basketball his whole life.
Right.
That's where we all fell behind, right?
He likes tubing. I could see Jokic liking
the tubing,
tubing on a river.
The tubing
in Frisco.
Snowing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Snow tubing.
Yeah,
tubing.
Well, I'm sure he likes the lazy river too. But if I were to pick a winter sport that Jokic might enjoy, because you can go with your children, and even though he has small children, I mean, I went tubing with May not that long ago.
Two-man bobsled.
Yeah.
Him and Jamal.
Who's in the front? Who's in the back?
Well, Jokic is in the back.
I don't know. He's probably the one driving.
Well, he's not going to be able to jump up and get into that tiny little cockpit.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
He might be able to get in from behind on the little two-man bobsled cockpit.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you're talking Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just imagining.
Were you thinking of four-man?
Well, I was just thinking like a double tube connected. Just chilling.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, my bad.
The double tube.
Yeah. That's neither here nor there. Jamal Murray's afro is A+ and is only going to add to his game. All right.
I think it already has.
And
it was awesome.
It was awesome.
I turned it on and I was like, "What is that?" And I was like,
"Did he have long socks too?" Or was
no, that would be a dream come true. Like Bobby Jackson meets Jamal Murray.
NBA Street.
Yeah. Oh, dude, just pull the socks all the way. No one's
love that game.
No one's that lucky.
It's a fun game.
The high socks are dead, and it's unfortunate. Who's going to bring it back? It's going to have to be some high school kid right now, No one in college is wearing high socks.
No one.
Some high school kid's going to have to bring it back.
Everybody wears spandex. So even the great Joker.
True.
I'm sure it just helps with their knees. But the compression helps on their knees, right? Or just feels better. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. I never wore compression stuff.
I never wore compression pants. I guess I do when I ski, so why not when you play basketball?
Right? Why not? Super warm.
Right.
Helps you shred the court.
Right.
Cut
better.
Turn, cut hard.
Right.
Hard cuts.
aerodynamic.
Who's the best cutter on the Nuggets right now?
I might say Westbrook, but probably Christian Brown.
Yeah, Christian Brown probably.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you guys think of the little chemistry Westbrook and Jokic have come up with here?
Yeah, I mean, since Westbrook's been in the starting lineup, and we've changed that, we went on a little run there. I know we played some weaker teams, but Westbrook has gelled, particularly with Yoke, when Jamal was struggling there for a bit, and they have that chemistry, man. And Westbrook is looking to pass, and really has. I was worried. I know Tim was worried. We still think this shot isn't. It's not what it. I don't know if he was ever a good 3-point shooter.
Never.
No, he never was.
But
nor did he ever try to develop it.
He's still athletic as hell, and he fits well, and he plays hard defense, and he's a good emotional leader.
I think all those things are true. Are we going to talk Russ here for a second?
That's what we were talking about.
Okay. I think all those things are true. My problem with Russell Westbrook still holds true.
Turnovers?
Yeah, just too many turnovers. But
shooting the three.
Well, what was my stat, guys? What's my stat?
He shoots over 45%.
No, that was unrealistic.
25%.
It was a smart goal.
35?
33.
17.
Oh, you
33.
30. I believe you.
If he shoots 33% or higher from three this season, the Nuggets win a world championship. I don't know where he is.
Particularly in the playoffs. Maybe we say playoffs.
I don't know where he is right now, but it doesn't matter. He does turn the ball over too much, and but him and Jokic have a real thing. Like, it's not a joke. Like, he sees Jokic's body position and is able to pass to where Jokic is going to be in the post. Like, they've got a real chemistry, which is cool to watch. And now that Jamal has kind of figured himself out, where is he?
He's at 33%.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, if he shoots 33% at the end of this season, the Nuggets will win a championship. But now Jamal's figuring out. So it was hard at first, I think, for the whole team to see Russ inserted into the starting lineup, right? Because now Jamal's like...
Oh, and it affects Gordon.
It affects Gordon. It affects Brown.
It
affects Jamal, just in terms of his psyche, right? It took a while for Jamal, I think, to realize that he can still be himself.
Two guard and still be himself. Doesn't have to be
exactly. He can still be
probably
himself.
Better for him actually being a two guard.
I think it is. I think it's better. And then I was really worried about how Christian Brown would respond to heading back to the bench. And if you watch the first quarter and a half of the game last night,
I missed that part.
That's okay. You're thinking to yourself, oh, crap, this might have messed with his psyche, because he was playing so well.
Made 3 threes.
And then all of a sudden, he hits 3 threes in a row, and, like, all of a sudden he's cutting to the basket again.
He's putting up 20 almost a game. He had, like, 4 or 5 games in a row. We put up 20.
Yeah, man.
He might be up for MIP, man.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be great. But, yeah, I think we talked about this last time, though it was a while ago. I think Russ has been a decent addition, and
I mean, considering what you're paying him the vet min, right?
Yeah, $750,000, man.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, and I think he's the real deal.
Almost makes up for that ridiculous contract we have for
Zeke. Yeah, it almost levels it
out.
Man, just seeing Zeke on the bench just chilling is so difficult every time.
Can we just buy him out? What is his buyout?
We could find a team with cap room, but we would have to give some trade capital for them to take on the contract. That's, I think, that what you're looking at.
We can't cut him. We can't buy him out.
You could probably buy him
still
out.
Against the cap, though.
Yeah.
How are we? Because I mean, we're calling this the trade deadline. We're not really going to make any trades.
Excuse me, it's the trade DEI deadline.
Sorry.
Yeah, the trade DEI. Yeah.
We're not going to make any trades. I don't really think. I think it was fun that our name was thrown out there in some trades. Right. It just made me feel like we were actually trying to do something because we're missing some pieces on the bench. And the only thing that I think could possibly happen, but a lot of things need to fall in place, would be getting Bruce Brown back after he's bought out. Will brought it up. Since then, I've seen it in a couple different articles talking about everything that would have to fall in. And I guess that's why I'm wondering, because you're going to have to make room for his contract.
I did hear a rumor.
How does that work? I'm just curious, how does that work to fit? How does that work? Like, who do we have to buy someone out?
I think we have
on
to
our
trade,
own team.
We have to trade somebody to get under the cap to be able to.
So we'd have to
sign him at the. That's not an MLE, right? That wouldn't be a mid-level exception, right?
No.
So we would have to be a part of a 3-team trade and just get cash.
I think we would have to give up. Essentially, like I was saying, I think we have to give draft capital to someone to say, yeah, we'll take on Najee's contract for your draft capital.
And I think that opens us signing a hypothetical free agent.
Yeah, but
we would take somebody that we can release off the books. So we would still trade for somebody, but they would essentially be released for us to be able to pick up Bruce Brown.
Okay. That was my question. I was curious how that actually worked.
But
I
think that's how it works. That's where we're stuck, though, is that we don't have any draft capital.
I mean, enough. Someone would still take a first-round pick
in 2029.
Two first-round.
picks. I mean, when though we don't have any upcoming picks. The first round.
Look what OKC did.
We don't.
OKC.
Who did we trade our first-round pick?
We don't have. I don't think we have a first-round pick till 2027.
Let me look.
Statman.
I'm just saying OKC was able to make a bunch of trades and not really care and build up all these draft capital. And there's going to be
smart man.
But what you're saying is
Paul George trade.
There's going to be another team out there that's going to follow that suit.
Right.
Another team that's terrible that's going to follow that suit and just make trades so they can get trade capital.
Right.
I guess is what we need to look at now that we've discussed it.
The only team I could imagine doing that right now is the Sacramento Kings. Like trading away Fox, trading away because if you trade away Fox, you're basically saying this is over, right?
We're hitting the reset button.
Yeah, and then there goes DeRozan.
We have a first round in 26,
and then do we have one?
We have a first. That's outgoing draft picks, incoming.
I thought we still had a 2025. We don't.
We have a 2025
first round.
Denver's first round.
So we're out of second round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my bad.
There's not a whole lot of second round.
No second round. My bad.
We have a lot of young players, and we're going to have Deron Holmes. Like, get rid of a couple draft picks because if you want to keep Peyton Watson and Christian Brown anyway, you got to just stop. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with drafting people and developing them, but
there is when you're wasting the greatest basketball player in the leagues.
Right.
We're wasting his prime by trying to develop. I know Strother's been playing better. And Peyton Watson, and Peyton Watson's been doing pretty well as well.
He's okay,
but we need some more depth. Like we need someone else. We need those guys. Obviously, look at our record. We're fourth in the West. We need someone to take us up to that next tier. And just drafting and developing is not going to be that because you have Jokic in his prime right now. What is he? 29, almost 29 or 30. He's got a couple more years of his prime. And if you're trying to develop, then you're trying to pretty much just develop after him and try to figure out what you're going to do when he's gone. I just feel like we're starting to waste his prime by trying to develop young players. And I think if we truly want to win again with Jokic at the helm, we've got to be aggressive when we can. We need to make smart moves, give up draft capital, give up some young players so that we can bring in some savvy veterans.
I'm just a savvy veteran.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I just don't know who we bring in and give away that actually works. And
there's rumors about Philip Boucher. Boucher. How you say it?
The Bouchard.
Boucher. The guy from the Toronto Raptors.
Oh yeah, backup center. Yeah.
He's kind of like a Kroger brand Mikal Bridges.
You know who I'd take right now is that French dude from the 76ers.
Their backup center.
Their third string center.
Yubaseli?
Yeah, I'd take Yubaseli.
Give me some Yubaseli.
Yeah. They're not going to trade him. Embiid doesn't play at all.
Right.
That's unfortunate. Embiid.
Dude, he never.
He's hurt all the time, which is unfortunate. That happens to players, right?
You want to be a Sixers fan.
Oh boy, imagine being a Sixers fan.
Embiid, man.
Imagine being a Sixers fan and a Tottenham fan.
Is Embiid is Embiid up there with like the most disappointing?
He's not a Sixers fan though.
Like
no,
the hype was there, but like what actually is happening is pretty disappointing.
Well, he won an MVP.
Well, he shouldn't have won the MVP,
but he did. But
yeah, he hasn't done anything.
He doesn't play.
He doesn't play. Like what I'm saying is like is he another Kawhi Leonard?
Well, I don't know if Kawhi is. I mean, Kawhi had a good before all the injuries, had a good career, and so did Joel Embiid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is he becoming another Kawhi Leonard? He just never plays.
Probably.
I personally,
either.
I think his career has been disappointing because he doesn't play against Denver, and you want to see the best of the best play each other.
Why?
Hey, what's up?
When are you guys gonna be done? 'Cause
Like,
Avery invited me over.
Yeah, can you give us like half an hour? Okay, cool.
Say hi. Yeah.
Hey, Pumpkin, are you having fun with your cousin?
Oh, hi, Dorothy.
Go play with Harper.
Cool.
Side note: both my kids love that picture frame that I got her. My parents, the one, the digital one, and they always point out your kids' names and say them.
That's cute.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah.
I just find Embiid. Sorry, I find it disappointing because you want to see Embiid go against Jokic. Jokic and Embiid should be like a rivalry. It should be like an actual top dog battle.
Right.
And in my opinion, it has never really been that because Embiid doesn't play on the road and hasn't played on the road in a long time. And like it's always just been like, I'll play once when we're in Philadelphia, and now he's not even playing at all. I find that aspect of where Embiid's career is now, I find it disappointing. That's all I'm saying.
Did you guys see the meme that was like, how do I get on the Joel and beat PTO plan?
Yeah, dude.
Give me some of that Joel and beat PTO.
Did you see Jokic? That was the second guy second person Jokic shook hands with.
Oh, yeah, and he gave him a lot of love.
Yeah,
cool.
He didn't want to hug him because he was sweaty. Yeah. Well, that's what I envisioned the conversation being.
Yeah.
Because Jokic like kind of pushed him back, and then Embiid was kind of like, "I don't care." Then they embraced.
Yeah,
I think he was worried about the sweat on his sweatsuit.
Sweaty man.
Maybe they were talking about how they might be, how ICE might deport them.
ICE ain't gonna deport them. They're making American money.
Yeah.
You can take our grocery people.
Yeah.
You can take the farmers. You can take the people who pick our fruits and vegetables. But how dare you take basketball players and pro athletes who actually make us money?
Yeah.
Just take Native Americans and screw that one up too.
Can we talk Jamal Murray for a second?
Yes.
All right. He's also a foreigner.
I mean, we did talk about his fro already.
He's also a foreigner. Jamal Murray's coming
in.
Jamal, how do you feel about the tariffs?
I'm used to them, me. Hey, about how many tariffs and boots should we have?
Kitchener, yeah.
Nah, dude, he's been awesome the last like 6-7 games. Have you guys like paid attention?
Yes.
I know he had one down game, but like
his mid range is back, which is good to see. And he's finishing
and he's going to the hoop again and like doing these
that
cool
alley
like,
last night.
Oh, he got up.
That first bucket with that reverse was sick.
Yeah.
Early.
No, the early first bucket. No, he's finishing at the rim. He's doing this crafty little layups. He's shooting the mid range again. His three balls.
That step back three. You had that step back three though. That was sick.
No, man.
Getting there, man.
I think coming into his own at the right time, right? You want Jamal being Jamal in February and March, right?
You want him getting better now.
Exactly.
Hopefully he can rest a little.
And if he becomes Dagger Jamal again, like watch out because the pick and roll game with
it's a delicious beer.
It is the pick and roll game with Westbrook.
What?
I won't drink it.
No, you can.
No, what is it?
The electric jellyfish.
Oh, we can all split it.
I have more at home.
Oh, okay. You can have it. You're good.
Talk about yourself.
It was a very important sidebar for those of you who aren't watching.
Electric jellyfish.
It was a beer discussion.
It's electric.
Westbrook's and Jokic's pick and roll game is good. Obviously not as good as Jamal's because Westbrook can't shoot from the same spot. But what Westbrook does better than Jamal is get to the rim.
Attack more. And
so their pick and roll game is tight. And if you can have Jamal like in the zone as a 2-guard, just spotting up, and like if they overplay him, then he gets to work his dribble drive game. Like that's real difficult to guard, right? That's real difficult to guard. And I'm just saying, I feel really good about where we are right now. And I know that we're only beating bad teams. That's part of the problem. The Minnesota game was a huge letdown.
Oh, God,
we haven't beaten them in a long time.
Minnesota was so like
hyped.
Over the top.
Yeah, over the top. Yeah.
All right, bro, you're 7th in the West. Get going.
Anthony Edwards just drives me. I texted you afterwards. I was like, this this solidifies my thoughts on Anthony
He's
Edwards.
such a douche.
Yeah, but I do feel good about the way we're playing right now. I do understand we've played a lot of weaker teams recently, but
kind of kept up a little bit, and now we're going to play even more weaker teams coming up.
and this road trip's tough, bro. I mean,
we got a good stretch coming up. Actually,
We do.
the Pelicans
Twice.
Pels twice.
Pels twice.
and they just lost.
their
Hornets
point
the same
guard.
month.
They just lost their point
They
guard.
lost
DeJounte.
DeJounte.
And who knows with Zion, he's always fucking hurt.
Zion doesn't play, man. He just eats gumbo.
Oh yeah, we just got a good little stretch here. We can
Look
can
at that
rattle
man.
off
Tell
a
me he
good
does
amount of
not
wins
eat
here.
nothing but gumbo. Maybe some jambalaya.
Uh-huh.
That dude.
Some Carl Hish.
That dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that dude looks how I would look if I lived in the South.
He's lost some weight though.
That's what I saw. I think it's back.
He's hurt, man.
Well,
He's a big guy. Come on.
You should be able to beat the Hornets, right? Then you got the Pels twice. Then you have the Magic. The Suns will be tough.
Yeah, they just played a good game.
But you have 3 more road games, and then you have a home game, and then you have a road game, and then you have 2 home games.
What do you all think of the Jimmy Butler drama? Can you tell me your true thoughts on that?
My true thoughts? I think it's hurting him more than anything else.
Agreed.
I think at first he was like, I'm going to get traded.
Yeah.
But then the Heat.
So I'm going to take the stand. And...
Yeah. But now the Heat was asking for ridiculous amounts back from him for like a 33-year-old aging guy who's actually kind of dwindling a little bit. Not a lot, but he's dwindling. He's not who he was.
It's the end of his career.
He's not. But what Miami was asking for is not what he's worth anymore. And thus he's still on the team and he's still disgruntled. So I think he's not doing himself any favors by being this disgruntled. Because obviously he's a free agent after this year, right? Mm-hmm. I think so. I think he has an expiring contract. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play the rest of this year. And he's not going to play for another team this year because I think bringing in somebody who's that disgruntled into like a team that's gelling and cohesive and you're trying to put yourself over the top and you bring in this guy, I just don't see him going anywhere.
Yeah, a month ago I would have said, let's get Jimmy Butler. I might have actually said that.
I think I probably did too.
But,
I was excited when I saw our rumors for Jimmy Butler.
But now I'm like, please don't bring in Jimmy Butler. We're kind of gelling a little bit and figuring our shit out. And adding that to our team would probably mess some stuff up.
It'd set you back a couple of weeks.
A couple weeks, exactly.
Who wants to pay an aging superstar that much fucking money?
No one anymore.
Not anymore.
No, not today.
I mean, we've seen what happened with
You'll
Thompson.
find some mid-level playoff team thinking they're going to get better. And if the Suns do that, this just shows that they're stupid.
I actually want the Suns to do that. I want them to trade Bradley Beal for Jimmy
Bill's
Butler.
like actually playing well right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So please go ahead and get rid of them.
Exactly.
Like you guys are like they're so.
I want them to do that.
But yeah, I mean, dude, just because if you think about it, I'm sure for the most part, like prior to this, like those guys liked them and like, look, man, just come out and play. Like, if you have any respect for the guys next to you, we understand. They all understand it's a business. But like, just go and play, man. You know, just go and play.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be there anymore. It's not like you're going to play with effort. Why would you want him out there? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. We need to give ups to Kyle Lucas, who sent us a message while we were pontificating. I think this is in reference to Jokic in his prime.
Racing Jokic's prime.
And then we'll not read the rest of the message aloud because it includes a word that has abs in it, but starts with a C, which I will not repeat in front of anyone. But Kyle is alluding to the fact that he thinks we're wasting the prime of Jokic.
No, we are.
And he's a doctor.
He's a doctor, so it must be correct.
Doctor.
Yeah.
MVP race. Should we talk about that? We usually do timeout with Timmy. Can I do Will's whining?
I like that. Will's whining. That's apropos.
Okay, man. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith and fucking Kendrick Perkins.
I hate
how you say that Jokic is the best player in the world, but he's not MVP.
And he's having his best season ever.
And it's so funny when it's on the other end when that 1 year where we had a better, like when Jokic had a better record and was like second in the West.
First at the time.
Yeah. And how, it's
Embiid
more about
third.
stats because Embiid was like having this amazing season, but like Jokic was like when everybody was hurt and he was keeping us on top of the West. and they're like, no, it's more about stats. And now it's like, now with SGA and the Thunder doing so well, it's like winning has to matter. Winning, like how they always move the goalpost and against Jokic, like every single year, they want somebody else to win it and not him. I understand voter fatigue and him winning, his third MVP and all that, but
I wish the American people had voter fatigue.
It's ridiculous. He's averaging 2 steals a game. He's averaging 45% from the 3-point line. Most he's ever scored like averages. He's averaging 30 points a game. Man. Like what? 11 rebounds a game.
13, I think.
Yeah, 13. Then like 11 assists.
10.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, but he's averaging a triple-double. All those numbers are the highest in his career.
Well, the SGA is dropping 35 a night, but he also has one of them. Well, he goes to the free throw line more than pretty much anybody now. Like, that's got to be a part of it, too. I don't know. I always think it's funny how we just, like, that, and not that they will ever, but, like, how the media doesn't talk enough about Jokic. There's certain guys that do. Bob Myers from the old Golden State GM loves talking about Jokic. Charles Barkley does, too. And Shaq does now a little bit also, but they'll still say SGA because they just don't want Jokic to win it again. And so it's just the mainstream media really pisses me off with that one. All right. Done whining with Will. On to you guys.
Well, I second you on I hadn't heard Stephen A. Smith's point that you alluded to, but I'd heard Kendrick Perkins, and it really pissed me off because it pissed me off that Kendrick Perkins
you want to grab me something? I don't care.
Did such a great push for Embiid when Embiid was third and Nuggets first, and they were talking about stats, and it's vice versa now. Kendrick Perkins has no idea what he's talking about.
He's terrible.
I think that dude does. I don't think he belongs on ESPN. That's neither here nor there. I think that's unfortunate. Obviously, we all agree Jokic has won it, and he should deserve it so far at this point this year. But I'm wondering if he's hit that realm where he is the greatest player in the league, but he just won't win the MVP. And it happened to LeBron. And I obviously, if you're a true Bros on Nugs fan, you know I despise LeBron. But look at LeBron. There were years LeBron probably should have won the MVP where he did not. And he was also the greatest player in the league at that point in time.
Right.
Besides Carmelo Anthony.
Well, yes. Well, I'm just saying those who've listened to understand my true stance. I'm just trying to compare the fact that maybe now voters in mainstream media have put Jokic into that realm of he's the greatest player. Let's give somebody a consolation prize to make them feel better about themselves. That's my sense on the MVP race. Jokic deserves it. Is he going to win it? I don't know. If he doesn't win it, it's a transgender. It's a what is it?
Travis Shamrock.
Travis mockery.
Travis the ashamed of mockery. Travis mockery.
That's how I feel. I feel like he deserves it, but really, you know what I want to see? I want to see him win a Finals MVP again. I want to see him win a Western Coast. I want to lose the regular season MVP. I don't care.
We won a championship when he won MVP.
He's the greatest player in the league. I don't care what voters say.
Right.
I would rather see him win another Western Conference and then another Finals MVP than ever see him hoist a regular season MVP again. I know he's having great years and great numbers, but I want to see championships. And for him to win championships, he needs to be playing as an MVP. And then voters will be like, "Oh, he was the real MVP, even though we gave it to Blur." That's just what they'll do. That's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, those are fair 2 cents.
Where's your 2 cents?
Beer me, please.
2 cents. 2 cents on ESPN or 2 cents on Jokic.
Have you had one of these yet, Will?
No, I haven't.
Oh, please.
You're all good.
I'll go get another one.
Yeah,
upstairs.
We're good. I'll have one when we go upstairs.
I've got more at home too.
I can't believe you guys watch ESPN still, and then
well,
I think more so it's my social media talking about it.
What am I supposed to watch?
You're supposed to read, man.
I'm on my second book in the year, which is pretty damn good.
That's badass.
Already in 2025?
Well, no, since about this time last year.
That's good. That's
still good.
Yeah. But like I started a book in 2024 and I finished it and I've started a second book.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's actually, I'm going to admit it right here. That's more than I've read in terms of a full book.
Well, just from when I started that first book. Like I had it for like a good month and a half before I started reading it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I could care less about ESPN and ESPN commentators. If we're talking about Jokic,
Agreed.
if we're talking about Jokic,
I still hate Kendrick Perkins.
you guys, come on.
I'll let you go.
Kendrick Perkins sucks.
Okay. Jokic is the MVP. He's maybe the greatest player of all time.
He's doing stuff Wilt Chamberlain did.
He puts up numbers Wilt Chamberlain did, except
He's
in
Wilt, bro.
a league where he's not Wilt Chamberlain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, he has people his size. He has people with his skill set.
More athletic.
He makes the game so easy. He is him. And I think I think both your points, I'd rather see him win a finals MVP and a championship for the Nuggets than the regular season MVP. And he is the regular season MVP. Everybody freaking knows it, right? But maybe not. Let me ask you this question, because I'll just play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
For a second.
Or for the rest of my life. Whose supporting cast is better? SGA's or Jokic's?
Based off of contracts, you would say ours.
No. Like, who's better? Not based off of contracts.
Oh, well, the thing about the Thunder is their defensive depth and adaptability is pretty unique. And if he has everybody, no, I think we have a better supporting cast.
I do too. But who has better shooters?
But depth,
They do.
Yeah, they have better shooting.
They have better depth.
They have better.
We can outscore just about anybody in the league in the paint,
Right.
but that doesn't matter when people are shooting threes the way they shoot them.
Even though we shoot the best 3-point percentage in the
Getting
league.
But we
Caruso
don't
and
shoot that many
Hartenstein
threes.
has helped them out a lot. Those are two good pickups.
Hartenstein.
We could have had him.
We had him. It took me forever to learn how to pronounce his name.
Hartenstein.
Then we just let Hartenstein go.
Stein.
Yeah.
So
Tim, don't make that movement and speak German at the same time.
Did it?
No,
I did not.
I'm joking.
I almost made an Elon Musk
He
joke.
was saying let Hartenstein go.
I almost made let him. Don't touch your chest and extend outwardly.
Oh my god.
My heart goes out to you.
Yeah.
Apparently, what, dude?
What?
Okay,
Oh my god.
sure.
Anywho,
We live
Right.
in a world where
no,
sorry, go ahead.
No.
You're right. No, go ahead.
no. There's so much just hate and anger in the world that I would like this to just be about happiness and hatred towards people we all agree upon in sports.
Okay.
In the sports realm.
All right. Well, who do I hate in sports?
Kendrick Perkins.
I hate Kendrick Perkins. Oh, I hate
What's
that
wrong?
motherfucker. Who's that
Yeah.
guy?
motherfucker.
Who's that white
He's an
kid?
asshole.
Who's the
Oh,
white
that white
kid who
kid.
lost to Tyson?
Oh, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, I hate Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Uh,
I hate Jake. He's a bitch. Yeah.
Mhm.
You want to say
Oh, you're
hello?
good.
Oh no.
Oh,
Come
nice.
on, come on in. Oh, hey, May.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Hi,
You wanna
Sophie.
hang
You
out
have
with
any
me?
thoughts on Jake Paul?
Oh.
Not
Look,
one.
you know.
Look, do you see
Hair
yourself
looks
on the
good, girl.
camera?
It's like,
Do you see us there?
Yeah. What's that about? Do you have a backpack on?
Right?
yeah.
Harper.
May was totally unfazed to see Chloe.
What? That's all she's talked about all week.
I said, May, you are president of the Chloe fan club.
Literally driving home from camp the other day,
Yeah.
she just said Chloe for a half an hour.
Chloe.
Chloe. I was like, go see Chloe. We'll go see Chloe. Go see Chloe.
May, what do you think about Jake Paul?
She doesn't like him.
Right. I like your boots. See you, girl.
We won't be too long.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Bye.
No, I just
Bye. Bye. This reminds me of the
Who
old
do I
times.
hate in sport? Well, let me think who I hate
I
in
hate
the NBA.
I hate Jake Paul.
What refs do I hate? in
Well,
the
all of them.
NBA? I know my refs. Do you guys have a ref that you hate in the NBA?
all of them.
I have one that comes to the top of my mind, but I don't think that's fair.
Rodney Mott.
Tony Brothers,
Tony Brothers sucks.
but maybe not.
He just doesn't like the Nuggets is the problem.
Rodney Mott, I think, really hates the Nuggets.
The Tony Brothers was also around when all that shady ref stuff was going on.
There were some pretty bad calls last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
That charge call?
Yeah.
That charge call on
Well, and then the
Jamal?
one like towards the end when Jokic gets absolutely hacked, they don't give him an and one.
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory. about this actually because you guys are bringing up a point that crossed my mind during the game last night, and that is
Sports betting.
no. I have a theory.
That's why I never bet on spreads.
I have a theory about what's going on with refereeing right now. Watching the Nuggets, all right, and I don't think it's specific to the Nuggets. At the beginning of the season, part of the game plan for refs, like the NBA declared it, we're going to allow a more physical game this year.
Well,
right?
they also at one point were going to call travels.
So anyway, at the beginning of the year, they allowed this more physical game, which certainly helped Jokic out, right? Yeah. And I think they're forgetting, right?
The initiative.
And yeah, but I think at the All-Star break, don't they all get back together and like they get together and do like a mid-year review of everything and like a reminder of shit? So I think at the All-Star break, there might be like the joining of the referees and like the reminder that like, hey guys, remember this is how we started. But my fear is that, when things get tight, they don't allow it to be physical anymore, and then that hurts us. That hurts us. It hurts Gordon. It hurts Jokic.
It also hurts viewership.
Yeah,
their viewership is down.
Is it?
Oh, NBA's been struggling with viewership. Adam Silver, I don't know what the actual viewership is. I do know that.
Is that why they're talking about 10-minute quarters?
Yes, that's why Adam Silver.
Gross.
Well, because he's trying to think of ways. I listened to the interview, and Adam Silver was like, if you do 10-minute quarters, he goes, you're essentially taking the toll of like 17 or 18 games off the, like without removing.
Yeah, you're
games,
talking minutes. Yeah,
you're minutes wise, you're removing like 18 games, and he goes, that will cause. It was on Dan Patrick's show, and it was an interesting take, but I think people freaking as long as I can remember, you've played 12 minutes. Growing up, we grew up in the 90s, 2000s when we were watching basketball when it was physical. Like fights broke out, and it was fun. It was like the Ron Artest thing was where like obviously that was over the line, but like I loved it. Like a player would foul hard, and then the next time down when he had the ball, someone on that guy's teammate would just take him out, and they'd be like, "Let's set a tone." Everybody getting in each other's face. And everybody does is just shoot threes and falls down for no reason. Like think about it. That's why viewership's down.
I really. This has nothing to do with viewership, but I really like the idea of NBA players like just going and kicking the shit out of fans. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just talking shit to you the whole time, and you know that you can kick their ass.
Well, that's just like when that guy threw that beer on Ron Artest is when the league changed.
Like, oh no, for sure. Yeah, we got to calm everything down. Yeah.
Let I don't know. Like fans are, I've been there.
Yeah, we all have.
And the times I think back on it, obviously I had more going on mentally than I probably should have been talking to Kyle Lucas.
You were young, bro.
Should have probably been talking to Kyle Lucas.
You were just a boy.
Yeah, you were just a boy.
But
yeah, no, man.
I'm just saying, like, there's nothing wrong with physicality. They're trying to, like, I don't think dropping 2 minutes a quarter is the answer. I think allowing the game go back to like when it started expanding and the viewership and everything. The 90s were huge for the NBA. You brought the Dream Team in 92, which made it global, right? And that's like when like globally it just took off. And you just got to go back to that and start letting them play a little more physical, like you were saying they did at the beginning of the season.
Right.
And I think if you let it become more of a physical game and not some dude shooting a 30-foot three-pointer and falling down and blowing the whistle.
But I have a thought on this as well, and thank you for reminding me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Last night on the ESPN cast, the only...
Oh, you listened to ESPN?
I didn't listen. I was just watching on my phone.
Oh,
thanks to you.
You're welcome.
But the only stat they seemed to show a lot of was points.
Mm-hmm.
This guy scored points. This is how many points they have.
Yeah.
Points.
That's what they turned the game into.
So they think that they are trying to pitch the game as a points game.
Yeah, dedicate to that.
But the game is not a points game. And maybe they've gone too far in that direction. They have.
They've gone too far in that direction.
But that's a part of like the publicity of the sport, or maybe that's NBA's fault for the way they're trying to market it to people, is it's really not a points game. It's not a points game. It's like every other game. Of course, when you have more points at the end of the game, you win. Thank you, John Madden. But it's not a points game. The game of basketball is a beautiful sport of ebb and flow and rhythm and consistency and beauty and skill with physicality. And it's not a points game. And to everyone here, everyone's point, we make it a point game, and it's not a point game. And fuck that. Let them play hard and let them go at each other a little bit and let the real skills shine. Everyone in the NBA can hit a open three-pointer. I saw Mason Plumlee warm up and go around the horn twice without missing a three-pointer, right? Like everyone when
it's different when you're actually someone's closing out on you.
That's what, but I'm saying, like, let it be a physical game again, and then the real skill emerges, right? That the real skill doesn't emerge when people are just free to do what they want. Like if no one can put your hands on you, or no one can post up hard, or you can't shove someone off the post, or you know what I mean? Like, or you can't get in someone's chili defensively. Like if you can't do those things, thank you. Yeah. If you can't do those things, then the real skill doesn't actually show. Because what everyone has that skill. Everyone in the NBA has the skill to hit threes. Everyone in the NBA has the skill to do a Euro step and finish. Everyone in the NBA is not, I'm being hyperbolic here, but everyone in the NBA has the ability to do a quick drive and finish at the rim. Let people get their hands on them a little bit and show who can actually fucking compete.
Right.
And that's what we've lost in the NBA. That's what we've lost in the NFL because everyone's so concerned about points. And I don't know where that comes from, but it pisses me off.
They both started pushing offense. Like both the NBA and the NFL were like,
the NHL.
We need more offense. We need more offense. We need more offense. So did the NHL. Like
Points.
they changed goalies' pad sizes and everything in the NHL. Yeah. There was a point there where like, oh, these games are getting boring. There's not enough scoring going on. That's I agree with you. The NFL is rigged. Like you can't convince me one way or another that the NFL is not rigged. I used to think it was pretty pure and the refs just sucked, but it's pretty damn blatant now that it is freaking rigged.
It's not about points, man.
Play the game.
It's about the game, right?
Play the game.
I was watching this. It was a brief little 3-minute video. The new Kentucky coach was talking about how he doesn't look at the scoreboard until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, right.
yeah, but his point he was trying to make to these high school coaches he was talking to.
The score doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like we can overreact, right? Like the point is your team playing well?
Right.
Did they get open looks? They might have missed them, right? Have they been defending at a high level even though the other team might be shooting well? You know what I mean? Like, so he was like, the point is the score doesn't matter until it does matter, which is late in the game. And other than that, stay focused on playing the right way. And unfortunately, we've created a culture, and it goes beyond sports.
Where game management is so hyper-focused instead of just like focusing on the
rhythm, flow.
Yeah.
How are we playing?
Right.
How are we doing? Right? Like, how are we doing right now? But that goes beyond sports, right? Like that's the culture we built in America, where it's no longer about the work you put in, but what you get out of the work, right? Like, so we don't actually reward the work you put in. We reward people for like doing short-term things that make them a shit ton of money.
Well, it started in Little League when everybody got a trophy. Not everybody deserved a trophy, man.
I don't know about that, man.
You're pretty much alluding to that people now are getting participation trophies.
No, what I'm saying is there are people who work their asses off who don't get rewarded. And there are people who don't do shit, who lie and fake and cheat and are rewarded at a supreme level. And my point, going back to that thing, we've created a culture so competitive where we don't even I mean, everyone getting a trophy is not a bad thing when you want to teach people how to play a fucking sport.
No, development, like winning over development.
Yeah, no, or development is what matters, right?
Right.
And this is where America. We've talked about this before on this show. This is like America's fucked this up. I watch my I watch my 7th grade daughter. Her only way to play volleyball right now is through a club where I have to pay her to play, not pay her, but pay the club to play shitty park and rec volleyball, basically.
Right.
And we've lost the sense of like learning how to play a sport is actually really cool. But everyone's so hyper competitive in this fucking environment. And no one, learn how to play.
Who cares that you won a tournament?
Show up tomorrow at the park with me and play basketball, right? Like, let's play basketball tomorrow. Because it doesn't matter, because playing is fun, right? And it's good for you. And it's like, I don't know. I've gone way off on a tangent. I'm saying,
and I'm on board.
I'm just saying America has really fucked that shit up, where it's so hyper competitive that I have to pay money for my daughter, my 7th grade daughter, to essentially play park and rec sports. And it's privately funded. And people are making a shit ton of money off of that.
Yeah, I played competitive baseball one year in 7th grade.
So did I.
I hit a home run off of Dave Dravecki's kid.
Yeah, was he also one-handed?
No, but Dave Dravecki was his coach.
He's right. I was there.
How did he write?
At Van Dyke Park. I remember it.
How did he write the line?
With his hand, Dave. He has no hands. He
No,
has one hand.
What about his?
The dude could pitch and field with one hand. He can work a fucking pin.
I read his autobiography.
It's a trip.
I have his autobiography as well. No, it's sorry.
But,
I respect your
but what I'm saying is,
He's just having fun with it.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to piggyback off of you.
Yeah,
it was a glorified YAA.
Right.
It was a glorified
Right.
park and rec. Like I was playing against. You're paying more money and you're playing in these tournaments, and you know you're in Woodland Park, and then you go play tournaments for kids from like Arizona. The Arizona kids play baseball outside 365 days a year.
Right.
The Woodland Park kids play maybe half that because
30.
of cold, or 30 days. Like I mean, like that's when you start to see like I'm in an area where baseball is probably not the path to like probably not going to play in the majors if I live here.
Right.
Like obviously there's an exception to everything, but just like I don't know, I agree with you. It's glorified. You pay, your parents pay a lot of money. You play in a lot of weekend tournaments. You travel a lot.
Well, let's look at the NBA to bring it back. Who are the best? Where are the best players in the NBA? Where are they from?
Europe.
Yeah. Where else? Canada.
No,
I mean, like, who do we have? Who's the best American player right now? He's 40 fucking years old.
Right.
I mean,
right.
He's 40 years old, and he has an nepotism with his son playing in the NBA.
The best American player, and I realize that I'm being, again, hyperbolic, but I'll take LeBron James over Jalen Brunson.
You could say Anthony Edwards.
You could say Anthony Edwards. But, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is we've failed ourselves. And we've failed ourselves because we've focused so much on being individually amazing that we've forgotten that it takes skill and teamwork and preparation and concepts and understanding and all of those things to actually be great. We've just focused solely on I'm going to be great in my own way. And the NBA, I think, is a great we can see it in the NBA, right? When we look in the mirror, we can see it in the NBA. We can see it in professional sports in America. When we look in the mirror, the NFL is not that fun. All American players, right? The NBA is, I think, a fun league, but only because it's a worldwide league, right? Like it's the best of the world. The MLB is the best of the world, right? Like America has lost its sense of community, and Now we're going down another rabbit hole, but we've lost our sense of like collective power, and we're focused solely on individual power. And if you look at the NBA, that's where it sucks. All these AAU kids, right? Like none of them learned how to play the sport. They learned how to be great individually.
Right.
They learned how to cross someone up and dunk on a fool.
And only a handful of those kids actually make it to the league.
Right. But then they get to the league and they got to learn a whole nother thing, right? And it makes the league boring.
That's why high school basketball is so much more important.
Yeah.
Going off what you're saying is also, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
No, I interrupted. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
All I was just trying to put is that's why I think high school sports are just so much more important, because there's camaraderie there. Not that you don't get that in AAU, but it's just a, to me, it's like a big, it's a hyped up version of and one mixtape shit. Like it's kind of like a mixture of that. And honestly, when we're kind of going down this road, he's an amazing player, and I'm not trying to blame him, but it's people wanting to be Steph Curry. I watched my son play today. Okay.
He told me he had 2 step back threes.
He
called them Curries.
He does step backs for no reason.
Hope he's true.
So I'm joking around with him. He made a step back. I was like, cool. I was like, why'd you step back? He was like, someone was on me. I was like, I know. I get we're trying to create space. But
yeah, it's
because that's what he watches, dude.
I had a meme
watching YouTube.
Yeah,
like, and he wants to be like that.
Oh, no doubt.
When I was in middle school, I had a meme turn around fadeaway.
You did a deep post, mid, high post, mid, like fadeaway.
Fadeaway, because that's what
I did. Mellow jump stop when I was a senior junior high school. My mellow jump stop.
I modeled my game after Charles Barkley, if that doesn't surprise anybody.
Right. But I get it. We all want to be that. So
yeah,
I wasn't mad at him. I just kind of giggled. He made a step back and I giggled. I was like, this is hilarious.
No, that's cool. That's a different thing. Like the culture is a different thing than like your kid doing a step back 3, which is
and he did it right without traveling.
Right.
I was like, I never did a step back.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's a different thing. I'm just talking about like culturally, I think we've lost that sense of like.
Well, everybody thinks their kid is going to be the next great thing.
Yeah.
Well, everybody wants to be Steph Curry, but they don't want to put the work in.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to just jack shit up, and they don't understand, like, you got to shoot so much.
Yeah.
And then they understand, like, that you still got to move and cut. I hate that cutting.
No, that's the thing is you still have to be a part of it.
Off-ball movement is kind of dying in younger levels.
You can practice step back threes
in the NBA.
Right? You can practice step back threes. That's totally cool. Like practice your individual game, but also understand how that fits into the team game. And if you don't understand that, that's where you lose, right? That's where we start to lose. That's what I'm saying about the AAU thing. Super skilled, highly skilled players.
Dude.
What do they know about playing with a team? I'm also wearing my Philip Fisher shirt. But like, sorry to go on that tangent. We were talking about how we think the ratings are poor in the NBA, and basically the end of my argument is allow people to be physical, and America learn how to teach the game again, and the NBA will be fine. It'll be super cool.
Right? You said one word in there that's a problem for a lot of people. Teach.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Well, they already know.
Well, your kid's not going to be the next greatest thing. Like only 1% of kids who grow up, like only 1% of kids who play youth sports grow up to play in major league sports.
Yeah.
Let your kids be kids. Let them play multiple sports growing up. Let them have summers. Let them have spring breaks. Right. Don't just concentrate everything on one sport or one athletic. Let them have experiences. From what I've heard, we've been around a lot of coaches in our lives, from playing and just our family and everything. A lot of coaches like the kids who play 3 sports or multiple sports compared to the kid who plays 1 sport, because you learn something different from each sport. And there's a different experience you're going to learn from playing football to basketball to baseball to hockey. You're going to learn something different. And it's in that kid's head to be able to bring that in and put it all in one. And what that all lines up to is also a good work ethic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But just pushing your kid from like the age 7, you're going to be the greatest basketball player ever. You're kind of still in that child's childhood.
Right.
Let them be kids because that's important. That's a whole different tangent that we weren't even talking about. Sorry.
No, that's cool.
No, I like it, bro.
Most professional athletes are multi-sport players.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And what I liked about playing multiple sports is you might have been really good at one and not so good at another. So you had to take on a different role.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it helped you learn as you grew that like, oh, actually having a role is super important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like having a role in it. But that's neither here nor there. We've done a great job going off on a tangent here. If the NBA wants better viewership from middle-aged white guys, let it be physical.
Right. No, you nailed it, man.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, let it be physical.
Anybody our age would love to watch what we saw in the 90s.
Yeah, let it be physical.
Physicality, hand checking. I would also like to see
This
a player.
freedom of movement bullshit's got to go away.
It's gotta go.
I'd like to see a player go up for a layup and like absorb the contact and just land and make the layup and run the other way instead of falling on his ass and complaining about a foul.
Yeah, we have to but
Evaluate.
that's not an NBA problem. That's a culture problem.
No, I'm just telling you.
I'm
Going
with
back
you.
to ratings.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing people flop.
Me too.
Me three.
3 me.
For you.
3 me, you, me. Hey, we've almost made it an hour.
Good.
What do you guys think about? Can we get a schedule checkup? Because last time we did this, we went on a hell of a run, guys. I don't know if you remember.
February looks good.
Okay.
March is going to be a little bit tougher. We can talk about March next, bros.
Okay, but February looks pretty good.
Uh,
Next 10
Right.
We got the Hornets
win.
tonight. Then you have the Pelicans on Monday, Wednesday.
Win.
Then you're home against the Magic.
Win.
Then you're on the road against the Suns.
Loss. I'll take the loss there.
Then you have a Monday, Wednesday against the Trailblazers.
Win, loss.
Then you have the Hornets at home.
Win.
Then you have the Lakers at home on February 22nd.
Well, that's a
Birthday.
win because we're the Lakers' daddy.
Then you go on another road trip, another 4-game road trip.
Okay, so we're going to go 7-3. Is that what I calculated?
I said,
Not quite.
1, 2.
I said.
I
did 9 games.
Say bitch, oh.
I did 9 games. So if you want to do a 10th one, we
No.
play at the Pacers.
So in our next 9 games, we play at Pacers.
For the 10th game.
All right,
If you
I'll go
wanna do
7. We're 7-3 in our next 10,
I like that.
and that will put us at 3rd
Well,
in the West. We'll be 3rd in the West.
We won last night, which was awesome. We
Yeah.
should win 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. I think we should win 4 in a row.
Yep, and then a loss to the Suns.
Possibly, yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll lose 1 to the
We're gonna be
Trailblazers because
8-2.
the Chauncey's. I'll go 7-3,
I'm going to.
but 8-2.
7-3 is probably more accurate.
8-2 puts us at the 2 seed in the West
Think so?
if we win that, and then 7-3 we're the 3rd seed in the West. So we gain a seed, is what I'm saying.
We don't play the Rockets and the Grizzlies in that time frame, right?
No. Not in the next 10 games.
Right.
We need to make up some games with them.
I really wish we kind of cared about that Rockets game.
Yeah, that was
We
bullshit.
didn't
Why
care.
didn't we care
It
about
was
that?
a home game too. We just
Yeah.
said fuck it.
Why did we do that? I don't know.
Yeah, no one played. I was like, why?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like,
to me.
don't you understand? They're ahead of you. They're playing great ball.
Yeah.
They've got an
It's 'cause
actual.
we came back on a road trip and we're just like, you know what? We're tired. We're not going to play at home.
But they're
Like, fuck yeah. Then take the other last game on the road trip off.
right. They've
Like,
got.
hey, last game on the road. Good job, guys. Take a break.
What's
tonight.
his name?
We're gonna go
Udoka.
home,
Who's their
get some
coach?
sleep in your own bed, and then come back and fucking work the
Yeah,
Rockets.
let's work the Rockets. Because now that's going to be a tiebreaker issue. What's his name's Udoka. Who's their coach?
Udoka.
Udoka. He's legit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Besides cheating on his wife, he's legit.
well, I mean, as a basketball coach,
Right.
I'm not
Not personally.
judging him as a human being.
Right.
But he's a hell of a basketball coach.
He is.
So
It's so nice. I like that Nike sign. It's pretty special. Looks good.
They put out for this giant Nike.
Why are you guys touching me?
Because it feels
And
good.
then they rub it. Then they
To who?
iron this on. You love it, Dave. Go Nuggets.
Yeah, go Nugs, man.
Go Nuggets. Bring me joy.
Bring me joy. They will, man. Come on, haven't they your whole joy?
Timmy's getting angry again in life, and it's not.
Oh boy, no, why?
He needs to ski again.
That's a whole nother avenue, Dave. We can go down another time.
He good.
Oh, hey, why are you angry, man?
Angry shark swimming?
What's
No,
wrong?
it's not just they're there. They're like they smell the chum in the water.
Oh no.
What's the chum?
How can we remove the chum?
Yeah. Do you want our sharks to eat the chums?
Sharks in the water. You're in the water.
Let's just let's just say it
You're in
starts
the
at
water.
the top and
Blood's
it
in the
trickles
water.
down.
Sharks in the water.
Starts at the top and it trickles down.
Hey, well, not.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
It's setting a very negative tone
In life.
in life.
Right.
And two small children, both
Female, yeah.
Very frustrating time to be a father of two small.
Patience is hard.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's all. That's all. So like,
All right.
Do you know why Helen Keller was such a bad driver?
well, it's because she was a woman.
That's
I mean, come on, Dave. I may have two daughters, but I'm still sexy.
All right. Go Nugs.
Hey, man, times will get better, because truth wins in the end. It has to, or else this is all for nothing. And so we believe that truth wins. And love you, Bros on Nugs crew. Peace.
Off of Palmer Park.